Hi, hello, and welcome back. My name's Devraj. I wanted to continue one more with the psychology of underachievement because in the last episode, about a week or two ago, I looked at one kind of area where working with people, I've seen this coming up quite a lot. People hijacking their own development, hostage taking essentially, as a form of payback, often to one of the parents or both of the parents. And so we talked about that because it can be a blind spot for a lot of people who are trying hard to step up but constantly find themselves hijacked. And before moving on a little bit to the physiology of underachievement, what we can do with our body to start to take some of the holding patterns out that are associated with underachievement, before we get into that, I wanted to look at the more traditional area of why we underachieve. Apart from the hijacking and the hostage taking, the other essential thing that you see all the time in people who are underachieving is that they hide behind low self-esteem, low self-image, feelings like they're not good enough. And I come straight out and say hiding because that's what it is. That's what it is. It's a learned defensive behavior. I had low self-esteem for a long time, and saying it like that, of course, kind of disenfranchises it from me in a sense. Just to be in the moment with what I'm saying, because if you make it like, it's something that you're doing. If you feel like you're not good enough, if you habitually find yourself in this low self-esteem position, you have to begin to take responsibility for that. You learned that somewhere as a defensive strategy. Often when childhood is very intense and there's emotions or screaming and shouting or violence going around and stuff like that, we learn to keep our head down. Keep your head down like trench warfare, in the First World War. Keep your head down, might get blown off otherwise. That's the feeling for many people growing up in their childhood. And of course it's bad when parents behave like this or other caregivers or teachers behave like this, but you ain't going to get anywhere blaming them, is the bottom line. If you've got low self-esteem, if you hide behind this I'm not good enough kind of story, you have to dissemble it. It's not going to be possible just to go around paying therapists or just doing practices or whatever. You have to really commit to take it on and change it in yourself, in yourself, to realize that you adopted this as a defensive strategy at some point and that now it is no longer serving you and you need to let it go. So the kind of strategies we use, I'll look in the next one of this series at working with the body, with bioenergetics, and the kind of stuff we can do with bio to get rid of, start to take out some of the holding patterns in the muscles. But from a mental level, a lot of it comes down to attitude and behavior. You have to reprogram some of your behavior. The classic approach, which I still love, which was put on me a lot when I was doing therapy, was you had to go and buy good, loud clothing, Versace, excellent. Gucci, pretty good. Versace, really excellent. Good, loud clothing. Get hold of really loud clothing, something that you can't hide behind, and walk around in it. It's still very effective. And as you walk around, breathe and feel your body. Feel what's going on to be more visible, to have people looking at you more. This is a great strategy. It's a great strategy. A guy I know online a bit over in California, Jason Capital, he's always wearing lots of Versace and that kind of thing. And it's a good practice. It's a good practice. I'm not wearing anything so exciting today. I've got a bit over there, but I'm just talking about it, I guess. So that's one thing you can do, challenge yourself in how you look. Look at people who are loud and vibrant, rock starish or whatever out there and start to dress a bit like that so that you start to get this feeling, when you put your Versace on or whatever, or you put on something loud if you can't afford Versace. Don't hide behind that excuse. Put on something loud and visible, even Adidas, what's the guy's name? Let me look 1 minute. I've got something. Bit of Adidas Pharrell Williams, it's also, it's going to get you noticed, bright yellow with red polka dots on it, and just, and so you put it on and you're starting to walk outside and your mind is freaking out like, no, people are going to see me wearing this, they're going to make comments and blah, 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 blah. Breathe, feel your body, keep doing it. Don't dissociate. Sometimes people do extreme stuff and they dissociate. They're not really in their body doing it. You got to learn to take risks, calculated risks, and come out of your zone, you know, so you're more visible and obvious. That's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do from a mental level of your behavior is start to really see times when you don't step up. And instead of beating yourself up for it, change, you know. If you're a young guy and you're attracted to certain women, but there's always one or two who are, I'm not good enough for them. No, make a move towards them. Make a move. Just be honest, speak, say something, do something. Maybe they reject you and whatever, but don't even fucking worry about it too much. Don't collapse. Don't collapse in a fucking heap. See what you need. Keep breathing, keep feeling your body, and keep taking risks. You have to take risks. This is the bottom line at a behavioral level, at a mind level, when you're dealing with low self-esteem, with people who are underachieving through low self-esteem. You have to take responsibility to keep taking progressively risks to stretch outside your comfort zone. And as I mentioned just now, you know, some people do it, but then they create a fake personality while they're doing it. You know, they kind of create a kind of a rock star personality. And rock stars do this themselves, you know, rock star personality, but their private world is kind of really traumatized and fucked up. And that's no use for you either. So look at risks which you can take, you know, look at risks which you can take and take progressive risks each day. Set yourself a target. Set yourself a target. Something each day or something each 2 days or something each week that you're going to do that steps you out of your comfort zone. And if you keep doing this, you know, and if you've got some money, get support, you know, go to workshops, keep doing this. A lot of the low self-esteem patterns will change. I think that's about all I need to say on it. You know, it's about all I need to say on it. To recap, you know, we're looking this week not at the people who are paying back. That was part 1 of the series. Part 2, this episode, is people who are hiding behind low self-esteem, low self-image, feelings of not being good enough. Take responsibility and start to take graduated risks to come out of your comfort zone. Step at a time out and keep on going. Keep on going. Each time you've made progress, you'll feel better, like stuff's moved, and you need to keep on challenging yourself. Okay. So the next episode, hopefully within the week, I'll look at some of the areas of the body where this can reinforce these behavioural changes. Certain areas of the body that become held when there's low self-esteem, and we'll be looking at that. Okay, thank you for checking my channel out, and feel free to like and subscribe and all that stuff. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye for now.